How do you determine that your hardware is 64-bit capable when there is no operating system installed? How do you determine that your hardware is 64-bit capable when there is no operating system installed?
Open up the computer and look at your CPU and motherboard to get the model numbers, then look them up at the manufacturers, i.e., Intel, AMD, and check the specifications provided. What's the proper way to remove thermal paste from a CPU? What chemical should I use for removing thermal paste? How do I correctly apply thermal paste on a laptop CPU with a small surface area? How much thermal paste should apply to the CPU? Alternatively, you could boot from a Linux Livict or alike and use that OS to detect the capabilities. No OS installation on the machine required.
Look in the BIOS. They often display a summary of the installed hardware, including the CPU model. You can then search that on the web and see if it's 64-bit compatible. Alternatively, if the computer is of a known brand and not a custom-built one, you can search for its model and you'll find a lot of info on it, like the CPU that's in it. Then do what I said just above.
Build a USB key with a 64-bit flavor of Ubuntu and boot into it. By default, it will not modify anything on the computer itself.
Unless your hardware is 10 or more years old, it's virtually certain to be 64-bit capable. All Intel and virtually all AMD x86 compatible processors made in that time frame have been 64-bit. Most processors for Android devices are 32-bit, but since most of those machines can only run Android anyway, it's less of an issue with them. And if you have a single board computer like a Raspberry Pi, you'd probably know that from buying it or can look it up by the device model designation.
If you want tools that validate on that, you also consider